Hello, hello. How is everybody doing? Enjoying the lockdown? So if you watch this video later, this is still recorded in corona virus times. And well, we'll see. You might experience many more of these lockdowns and control mechanisms. So I wanted to talk about today, like, how did we end up here? That our basic human right for freedom of speech, of movement, is so heavily restricted. And it has everything to do with what this channel is about: awareness and growing the awareness to the higher level. So you can make obviously better decisions and you don't end up like a hopeless little victim that you are not, by the way. So, how did we end up in this situation? I would like to suggest that we ended up in this situation simply because you don't care. Or you stopped caring, or you got disconnected. But either way, you just put your head in the sand, just presume everything is okay, let other people around the world. For now, I'm still okay, how it works, you can do your own little life and not be affected by what's going on in the higher levels. But now, I don't know about you, but for me, this is not good. And I know I'm aware, official story is like, oh, come on, you should suck it up because this deadly virus going around, so this is for our own good, not doing anything. But is it? Is it really? There's a whole other discussion about this virus, if there really is a virus, is there something else, and so on, which, leave it for some other video, which is definitely good to explore. So, as this interest in what is really going on in the world is lacking, and everybody's interested in their own little life without looking at the connection, how the higher levels affect your own little life. And that creates a problem. So what I mean by that is you simply don't care because you have enough of your problems, or you just want to have fun, forget about everything and so on. So you go about your life living like that. So you don't care the products you buy because you don't see the connection that the products you buy is what companies will produce, and they know you want to buy it as cheap as possible because you don't really care about what is it that you buy, as long as it is, affordable, and as long as it satisfies some need. Like even if you look at just the food, you just buy food. You will not buy organic food because, for most of the people, oh, what is this organic fancy food, like I don't have money for that, But if you would see the bigger picture, organic food is a normal fucking food that you grow on the garden. Do you understand? It's not some fancy food. And what we're eating now is just not healthy for you because of many reasons that if you would explore, you would find, from chemicals, from antibiotics, it depends what you eat, the way things have been produced, not to even think about the intention how things were produced, which is today is always money, profit margins. So if you would see the bigger picture, you would see that the money that you spend for a organic, normal food would cause you to have all the nutrients and minerals, your body would function normal, you would spend less for all the therapies and doctors and insurance that you're paying that are just patching up the symptoms. And you would bother enough to look at the label and pay this extra money in order to get rid of all the other unnecessary things that you are trying to manage because you are doing a mistake from the first time, which initially starts with lack of awareness and stop caring about things. Because imagine, at the beginning, you would have to check all the labels, what's inside, what does this thing do, what is the connection. It's a lot of work, and people just don't want to do it. They rather forget about this, let somebody else decide about this, and then they just patch up the symptoms. We are so lazy. Why? Is it not enough that when you come to the level when you are completely controlled, that you had enough, that you just want to change something? So I urge you to think about things, and I urge you to, at the beginning, put a little bit of effort into something new, because how you grow up in awareness and how you grow up as a human being is you have to go through certain discomforts, like looking under the labels, looking into what companies are producing, and stop supporting with you're voting with your money all the time, with what you're buying. Oh, but I don't have much money. Well, if you would realize how powerful you are by raising your awareness, you would make and see all the connections, and you would have more money, and you could buy better products, and in return you can trust the world then and the companies that you will buy off, because you will support them with your money. And then you could relax into the world, where companies where they will be producing these better products for you, they would not be oriented just for getting the best profit margin and buying everything from China because they have mass marketing and they can produce things at lower cost. No, you would not do that. You would support things in whatever way that are more aware, more conscious, and don't have just fucking profit margin in their minds. That's what you would do. But I get it, at the beginning it's uncomfortable, like a rocket launching in the space, First it needs a lot of fuel. It takes a lot of effort, more effort than your usual. But if you don't have enough energy because you're trapped in these circles of being disempowered, you're never gonna put this energy into forming some new habits that will be actually good for you. Looking into how things actually work, the connection, do your own research, or at least, if you can't, do a little bit and connect with people that do the research and you can trust. But ultimately it is up to you. So, I'll make this video short, I'm cursing here because it really angers me, that what is considered normal and natural is considered, like, I won't say bad, but just not useful, just because people don't see enough to see the connections, of decisions they made every day that affects their life. And then you end up locked down because of some stupid virus, This is not a coincidence, It's a part of the bigger picture. But if you would have awareness, you would just see, So anyway, in the sense of empowering myself, I mean the same thing that you are, and you, the watcher. I wish you to think about how you can grow awareness and see a bit more connections of what is going on in the world. And I empower you to make yourself a great day. And make some good decisions for you. Not just looking at the shorter term. Try to look a little bit longer. And even when you go higher in awareness, you will see the longer period. You will not just see from day to day. And for the ones that are saying, oh, but I have to think about day to day, I'm just terrible situation. I get it. I was a lot of times as well. And of course, then you resolve the situation. But then you analyze how you got into this situation, so you will not get into it at the same time. Oh, I don't have time, I have so much things to do. Well, then keep on running on the hamster wheel and live a stressful life, meaningless, just to make ends meet, and suffer, which is the other alternative. Let others direct your life as you struggle, and don't take one moment to or either meditate or connect with nature, with yourself, with your emotions, and so on. unnecessary things that are affecting your life when you see the connections. Anyway, so much for today. Take care.